So in order to maintain your kitchen or your organization and good, happy workplace culture, I think the most important thing that people need to understand is you can't have a mutiny on your hands. Everyone needs to be working towards the same goal. If you allow that to happen and you allow that to fester amongst the team and you do nothing of it, what's happening, you have to understand that there's many people on the team that don't want that to happen and are waiting for you to come in as the leader to basically address it. And when you don't address it, what you'll start to create is a lack of confidence from your subordinates looking up at you. By that, they just may start looking at the person that's creating the drama as the new leader in the kitchen, regardless of their rank or title. So I think in an organization, whether it's a kitchen or any sort of business, when those things start to bubble up, address them quickly, address them swiftly, and make sure that people understand that type of behavior will not be tolerated in any organization. If you're trying to develop people and help them demonstrate their true potential and show their greatness in any industry, and in my world, it's cooking. If you tolerate mediocrity, then that's what you're going to get. But if you hold people accountable and they understand that it won't be tolerated and that you expect the best of them, then they start to give you their best. And it's harder for them initially, but the rewards are much greater than taking the path of least resistance. The only path to glory in any industry, whether it's cooking or if it's fighting in the ring or running a Fortune 500 company, it's the hero's path. It's the hero's journey. It's the harder way. And yes, it's not for everybody. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But by choosing the harder path, that's where the true success lies. That's where you find out what you're made of. That's where you find out how far your team can go. And that's where you really see your true potential. Once the rules of the game have been clearly defined and people understand that a standard is a standard. I've never worked in an environment where politics on some level don't exist. So someone has to understand that regardless if you agree with it or you disagree, it's part of the game and it's part of the game that's being played. And we like to use the example, if you're not playing the game because you don't like it, you're not even in the game. It's really important when you start to see these divisions and this divisiveness start to come in place in terms of the politics of a business, that you recognize, which side am I going to be on? You want to be on the winning side when it's all said and done, because if you're on the other side, you might be in the group that doesn't have a job later because they were creating a dissension in the ranks. I think it's very important to look at it very objectively. And in most cases, the winning team is going to be the person usually on the higher end of the hierarchy. Like I said, make sure you're making good decisions. Of course, that's not always the case. There's always exceptions to the rule. But you want to be on the side of the winning team. If you align yourself with the winners, the more opportunities you'll get to win. Mentoring is something that I think is extremely important. In my kitchen, we have a mentor-mentee program where everyone is encouraged, not required, to have a mentor that they meet with weekly or biweekly. In my case, I always give people homework. And I tell them, you have to schedule the meetings, you have to show up, and I will assign them homework. You can't come to the next meeting until you've completed your homework. And my homework is random. It's not always cooking related. It may be you need to read a certain book, or you need to watch a certain documentary, or you need to do some strange practice like what I like to call no therapy, where you get told no a couple of times to build your confidence up. I think in order for the next generation to come up to the level of the current generation and hopefully exceed the level of the current generation, you need strong mentors and you need to be giving back to people. So much of what I've achieved is owed to these mentors that I've had. And I thought the only way I could repay these mentors and seeing the value in it was to mentor the next generation coming up. Be very careful in selecting your mentor. You don't want to choose your buddy who's just a little bit better than you, or someone who acts like they know it all and they tell you, I would be in that position if only I was dealt a different set of cards. So I think it's really important when you find your mentor, look for someone that either you aspire to be like because of their character, or someone that you aspire to be like because of the position that they're in. And I think that will lead you down the path towards a great mentor and mentee relationship.